Hey, what's up, North County? Welcome to the Morning Brew. It is February 18th. It is Wednesday, and the sun's shining if you guys go outside and take a look at it. But we're going to be chatting with Kristina Newby today with Locals Helping Locals, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're gonna chat with Kristina today, and but first, before we get into her story, let's talk about a little bit of the news that's happening here around the North County. And first and foremost, we want to thank all of our sponsors and you guys for being a part of this journey that we are doing. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Shoot on over to our whatsupnorthcounty.com page. You can check out all of our sponsors and all of our different links. We've got Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and who else knows what else we got. So, but I guess the local news is all this rain, wicked thunder and lightning last night. So if your house wasn't rocking, then you must be a sound sleeper, because at my house I was rocking. Some local news: Thomas Hills Organics has officially closed down. They announced the public message of the restaurant's website that the business thanked Paso longtime patrons for their continued support over the years. While the closure marks a long success, a well-known dining coffee shop is going to be taking place, and I wanted to let you know who it is, but I can't because they didn't officially tell me. So, but it's going to be exciting, and you're going to have a existing coffee shop downtown Pasco is going to be expanding their location and their footprint. Tascadero PD also wants to warn the public about electric motorcycles. Tascadero PD is reminding riders that electric motorcycles designed for off-road use must be properly registered before being operated on the public streets. Riders must always carry correct motorcycle license, wear a DOT-approved helmet, and ensure the bike has required safety equipment and insurance. So, like those electric bikes, you're going to see cops pulling those kids over. I think they're supposed to have even reflectors and stuff like that. So, let's see what else we got. We've got 2 local wineries are teaming up to have a tasting room in the Adelaide district. Hawks Hills Ranch and Boots Cellars will pour wine side by side at a shared tasting space inside a restored 90-year-old barn overlooking the Adelaide Hills. Hawk Hills Ranch will feature estate wines, including Syrah, Cabernet, and Rhone, and Boats Cellars offers estate selections such as red and white varietals wines alongside structured, organic, friendly blends. So there you have it for all your winos out there, and I know there's a lot of them. Another one, this is a really exciting program that you guys want to make sure that you guys don't miss for your kiddos. This is hosted by the Lighthouse in Atascadero. It is a reality tour which is open to youth ages 12 to 18, which will take place February 23rd through March 9th at the Atascadero Lake Pavilion. The interactive program uses real-life scenarios to address substance abuse, peer pressure, and mental health, helping teens better understand consequences of risky choices. Space is limited, registration is required, and a parent guardian must attend with each youth. You can go to their website, Tascadero, visit Tascadero.com. You can also find the links there, but we had Lorelei in last week telling us all about that. It's a real-life, real eye-opener for parents and kids, so make sure you guys take a look at that as well. So, last, we've got the California Mid-State Fair has open registration. This is for the Central Coast Olive Oil Wine and Craft Spirits. It's independently judged competition, features blind tastings by industry experts. They're going to recognize the top local producers. Early registration is now open. Winners earning industrial spots, honors, and billboard recognition, along with Questa grade following the fair. You can check out and sign up for that at midstatefair.com. So there you go. So, hey, we're going to take a break real quick, but we're going to be back with Kristina Newby with Locals Helping Locals, and we're going to find out what this nonprofit program, this startup nonprofit program, is all about. And we'll be right back.
Yep, that's me. It didn't start this way. Most problems don't. You start with things you notice, but put off. You make a few small decisions. By the time everyone else notices, it's usually too late to call the right people. Experience matters. Call 1776 Roofing for gutters and filters done right.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Hey, welcome back to What's Up North County Morning Brew, guys. Thanks again. Make sure you guys click that little like button and subscribe to our channel. You can go check us more out information over at whatsupnorthcounty.com. But we have Kristina Newby here with Locals Helping Locals. Kristina, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me, Randy. I appreciate it.
Of course, of course. So tell me what you got going on. So before we get into Locals Helping Locals, you've been kind of in the whole helping people, individuals. I know you did a lot of stuff with Eric and whatnot. So tell me a little bit about what you've done prior to Locals Helping Locals.
So prior to this, I've always loved to give back to people and people in need. And I feel like often we judge people based on their income, their job, and that's how, sometimes people get defined. But just because maybe you're making more money, you might not qualify for a program, but you still need help, whether that's a little bit of a job, maybe you're going through a rough time. But and when you are struggling to stay above, then, that might be one less business that a local business you're not supporting because you're going through something. So I always love to find people and help them with giving them a hand up because I feel like, it's a wonderful thing to give to somebody, but then also they also love to be able to give back too. So it's all to kind of keep a circle of going. One thing is, I worked at a restaurant in town, and one thing we constantly had someone that wasn't housed would come for food, if we had anything left over. And I was like, it's easy to always get a handout for somebody, but what if we give them that opportunity to feel appreciative of what he just did? So I said, I got to know the person, his name's Ryan, and I said, hey, Ryan, I said, what about giving back a little bit? Maybe just even picking up a trash can to help us out a little bit. He said, I have no problem doing that. And right there, it just gave me an idea. There's people that are willing to do something to help themselves as well. But sometimes we don't give those people an opportunity because maybe, they're not housed, or maybe they're, their appearance, or, maybe their special needs. And I think everyone kind of deserves a chance. And for everything that we've gone through, COVID, which is,
Crazy
has hurt
times.
a lot of people, and just because of what you make, we don't know what you're going through. So we want to work with people of, no matter what their situation is. We're not helping people based on income, because we know with Section 8, right, they have guidelines. You're like, well, heck, if I could just work another job, that could get me over this medical bill or whatever. So I want to provide temporary jobs for people to just give them that hand up in life, depending on what they're going through. I want to be able to work with businesses who want to help support this. And in return, we have A-Town Diner, who gave us gift cards for those that are donating for the project and helping people, that are donating. But now that those people can go back and support that restaurant that help is supporting, now I'm able to give someone a job to help sort clothes that maybe had fallen on hard times. And I'm not, basing them off just of what they're making. It's, you could be making 100,000, but once you go through that divorce, you might be struggling now, but you're working overtime. But how much would it be just to get an extra $50 in your pocket to take your kid out to eat? That it's the little things that matter to people.
Kristina, tell me how did you I guess I don't want to say focus because that's not the word I'm looking for, but how did you kind of get in on this path? I mean, did you have an experience
So
of yourself?
I've gone through a lot of stuff, and you could look at me and think I'm a normal person, but I was a correctional officer for 13 and a half years before I got injured at work. It was a freak accident.
Here in San Luis Obispo?
Yes. So
Okay.
I was did that, loved the career. I had my plan up until I was 50 years old. I knew exactly what I was doing. I was investing my money because I knew exactly the plan. One little incident took everything away from me, my career. It's easy to judge somebody without talking to them and knowing them. But because of my injury, it left me with complex regional pain syndrome type 2, which is a nerve disorder. It's a lifelong disease. There's no cure for it. There is treatment, but treatments are generally around $30,000 to $40,000 to put it into remission. So
So it's like an autoimmune, like some.
Correct. Yes. I've gone through struggles where I've gotten denial after denial from insurance company, and one was, I didn't qualify because it's for short-term relief. Well, short-term relief, to them might be something little, but to me, to just be out of pain for that one day could make a whole difference on my mental health. So I'm just like, how can I start helping others? To me, it's not about the treatment, but I deal with chronic pain every day. People don't see that because I don't let people see that. So we often have all these struggles, but what if we had a system where we could help one another? And it could be where maybe you're a single parent and your car needs to be cleaned, and we had a car dealer or car detailer that wants to sponsor what we're doing and would love to now just give back. And how much would that just mean to that one person to just step into their clean car because maybe they've fallen on hard times, and it's not all about a financial gain or what you do for someone. And, I work a little side jobs now, but I do it so I can help one other person, because if they're struggling, the feeling to give back to somebody means way more than anything else in this world to me, and.
You talked about Ryan. Do you have any, like, what has happened since you've left the restaurant or?
So the funny thing is, the other day, my mom was out weed eating. My mom's like 70 years old, probably one thing she shouldn't be doing on a hill. And she was like, yeah, this guy came up to me, and she described him. And I said, is this what he looked like? And she said, yeah. And she said, you know what? And he offered to weed eat, said he had his own weed eater, and offered to weed eat for her. Now he's actually going in. So now, because I had that personal interaction, I was able to tell my mom this. She's like, well, now I feel a little bit better about it, because he wasn't just going around and expecting handouts. He wanted a hand up. Now he's trying to make a little bit better for himself, and sometimes that's what we need. There is so many people that are struggling in our community that, we all need to come back together and build what Atascadero once was, or not even just Atascadero, El Paso, San Miguel. There's so much out there that I feel like we can do better in, and we need to take away and stereotyping people based on, politics and what they're making, but maybe their situation that they're going through. I would love to eventually work with junk haulers, that maybe go do a cleanup, but maybe there's a dresser that could be refurbished, and we had a warehouse. Now someone that's a handyman, maybe because of this rain is affecting their job, they can go and now return, we can give them work to maybe fix up these dressers, and in return, it's either going to go to our storefront, maybe, just because you're going through a divorce, maybe our shop would be perfect for you to get a head start on. So, you're not having to buy everything at, $50 for a bed, for your family. This is giving you that step up. And maybe in return, when you're able to buy that nicer furniture, we could refurbish it back. But, it kind of keeps this circle of going. And when we help stabilize one another, we're going to be able to give back to our local businesses, and giving. Maybe we get a couch donated and it needs new upholstery. Maybe there's an upholstery shop that would be like, I would love to help. And, and then from there we could put it for our locals helping locals, which could be, someone getting out of a domestic dispute that, would like, is trying to get their own place, but maybe they're stuck in their situation because they can't afford things. So, it'll be everything kind of working together, and there's so many other foundations like Ponderosa Homestead.
So, Kristina, let me pause you real quick. Let's take a
Okay.
break. And so we're going to take a break here, and we'll be back more with Kristina with Locals Helping Locals. When it comes to comfort, trust the team that's been keeping the North County homes cozy since 1995. At Templeton Heating and Air Conditioning, they're your hometown pros right here in Templeton. From tune-ups to repairs, remodels to new construction, even duct replacements and attic ventilation, they got you covered. Call your neighbors at 805-434-3741. Templeton Heating and Air Conditioning. Local, trusted, dependable.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste oil collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Hey, welcome back to What's Up North County, and we're sitting here talking with Kristina Newby with Locals Helping Locals. Kristina, tell me, so you're talking about this business, this kind of charitable business concept idea.
Yes.
It sounds pretty new.
Yes, very new.
like real new. This is an idea that has kind of came about with
Just everything
your
that
own
I've gone
experience.
through, people that I've talked to. I love helping people. I used to actually care for veterans. Also, I've done in-home private caregiving, and you just see what people really need. You get to better understand that there's services out there that people don't know that exist. So I want to help try to connect people. There's, Ponderosa Homestead. They help people in need. They help. They get a grant for veterans. So how many veterans out there could use some home repairs? So the more people that we're helping, the more people that we're able to give jobs to give back to our community. And it's you have an idea, and it's not always about, you can have a plan, but it's finding that right person to fit that piece of the pie to make everything successful. So there's a guy I worked with, his wife reached out to me. Her daughter, Carly, has a ton of resources. And so I got to talking to the mom. She passed Carly's information down to me, and I said, you would be perfect for a position to help people. She has the same mindset as me. And so it's not necessarily finding the most qualified person, to make a business successful. It's maybe helping that one person that has the same vision as you, and they're going to be just as grateful because now you gave them a hand up, and it's just really about helping people and connecting and, and giving people opportunities. One thing too is like high school kids, how many would love to learn a new trade but maybe aren't book smart? Their college isn't for them, but they would love to become a mechanic. What if we had one of our business sponsors, that's a mechanic shop that would, hey, if a kid would like to come after school and learn it, but now he's got more support, now their family wants to go support that because that business now just gave that kid an opportunity that maybe not have it. I've learned a lot too of, what makes things and what you learn about people in where places lack, like the Babe Ruth. It's all, the snack bar is funded by the sales to help fund the umpires. But what if there was a kid that had special needs that loves baseball, and would love to be a scorekeeper. Now at the and I would give $10, a game to, help support that. And that's why I would work, because now we're giving that kid that maybe didn't have that opportunity to be a part of something. And at the same time, he's giving back to a parent to now be able to more focus on that game for their kid,
So, Kristina, how are you? So I want to step back. So the thing that we're talking about is locals helping locals,
Yes.
which is just forming.
Correct.
You're literally like in the infancy of this.
Yes.
And the concept, the idea of it is to help others help others.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
So, and it's not. Now, is this the long term? Is this going to be like a nonprofit 501(c)(3)? I mean, like a
So
whole...
I am working on the Locals Helping Locals. I'm working on the paperwork to become a nonprofit, because I feel like when you're a nonprofit, you can give back to more. You can broaden the idea of what else can we do to make our community better, and you can get a lot more support doing the nonprofit. And then the Hands Up Project LLC is to help provide jobs, temporary jobs. I want to provide temporary jobs for those people that are in a temporary need because of whatever situation that they're in, and there's so many ideas. And you could say, Randy, or Randy could come to me and be like, hey, Kristina, like, what's going on with Kmart? What if we could come up with a plan and, brought the community together? Because that's building's been sitting there for how long? But what if the idea isn't to create something new, but bring businesses together? What if we were able to fundraise to maybe open that into a little indoor park for kids? But we now would get together with Bob's Bounce House, because we don't want to impact another local business, but now we can help expand their business, and then get with Andy's Arcade, because we don't. And then maybe the Mr. Putters, maybe we could put a little indoor putter. So now we're helping support our local businesses that maybe are impacted at different things, but now we're also creating more jobs. So there's always a ton of ideas, that it's endless of the possibilities, but it's just having the right vision and thinking outside of the box, not to impact one business, but to support one another and give them a hand up.
So that's obviously a big scope, right?
Yes.
So like the little scope, how do you foresee this like really starting?
So one thing that's been grateful is Damon Meeks with Superior Crane. He's always been a really big friend of mine, supported me through all my medical stuff, right? So I went to him with this idea. I pick his brain, and it's finding out who is willing to work with you. And I said, where he has a storage, and I said, hey, this is what I would like to do. He says, okay, go talk to Mark Simmons. I let Mark Simmons know, hey, this is what I would like to do. And he says, okay, I want to work with you, because he likes the idea and vision. And it's not starting off big, it's starting off small, so we can create something a lot more effective, to help more people. And it could be something as simple as sorting clothes. It could be, hiring someone that maybe has a bad back, that they could just maybe those dressers that were donated, they could make sure we have all the hardware, so that maybe providing that temporary job, someone it can go in there and knock out those dressers, refurbish them for us, and then it goes back to the community on one side or the other, giving back to maybe a foster family in need, or someone that is just starting out but doesn't have much, because in return, they're, that's maybe saving them money to help now support another local business as well. So it's...
So would you be able to like work with like some of the homeless shelters, like say Echo and,
Yes, I would love to, because if we can now provide jobs for people where we're turning furniture, how nice would it be, to have now stuff that's not going to the dump. We're providing jobs, but now we're providing someone with Echo that, just got housed, or, other programs. And now they're not getting so strained on, they're not so stressed, because now we have some dressers for them to pick from, some stuff that people have donated. So, it's also people willing to give back as well. It's giving them a hand up, but it's for those people that want to help as well, maybe donate some time because they have a nick for, electrical stuff. Maybe we have some lamps that, just need a little bit electrical stuff, but it's creating jobs to also give back and, just kind of working with everybody and not judging someone based on their income, because I think that's a big important thing is people don't qualify, but you're like, man, I made $500 too less, but I could really use that help, because we never know what life's going to bring us. And it's really just wanting to help. And I work so I can help someone else in need, and I'm not willing to stop to not help someone.
Right.
If you came to me and
well, Kristina, hold on real quick. Let's take a break real quick, and we'll be right back to the Morning Brew with more with Kristina.
Hi, I'm Glenn McWilliams.
And I'm Annie. As sixth-generation farmers, we understand what it takes to keep a ranch, a farm, and a community growing strong.
And that's why we started Premier Ag, to bring quality feed, trusted Western wear, and real service to the Central Coast.
From hay delivery across the county to hands-on support for local youth and ag programs, we're proud to give back to the community that raised us.
And when we say from seed to stable, we mean it. We've walked the fields, we've fed the animals, and now we're here to serve families just like yours.
Come visit us at 1041 Paso Robles Street in Paso Robles and experience the difference of a store built by farmers for farmers.
From seed to store, where quality meets country.
Looking for a top quality concrete coating in SLO County? Hi, I'm Matt Gifford with MGP Coatings, your trusted local expert in durable, long-lasting concrete coatings backed by Pentec's limited lifetime warranty. Whether it's residential or commercial, we deliver expert craftsmanship, premium products, and unbeatable customer service. When we say we make concrete great again, we mean it. As a locally owned, community-driven company, we take pride in transforming garages, patios, pool decks, wineries, and even interior spaces into stunning, functional areas. Are you ready to upgrade your space? Give us a call at 805-952-5301. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, or visit mattgiffordpainting.com. Join the MGP Coating family today.
Hey, what's up, North County? Welcome back to the Morning Brew. And once again, guys, click on that little like button, click the bell. Come check us out at our whatsupnorthcounty.com. You can check out all of our sponsors and sign up for our newsletter as well. But we're chatting here with Kristina Newby with Locals Helping Locals about a new nonprofit organization startup that you're doing.
Yes.
And it sounds pretty amazing. Sounds like you got your work cut out for you too.
It does, but I'm up for the project because I feel like, we have to start somewhere to try to do better. And, we are often, it's easy to have an experience and run to social media and complain about it, but no one wants to fix anything about it, So my goal also is when we have get business sponsors too. Let's say it's a restaurant, and they're struggling and they don't know. Well, let us reach out to the community. Or, let's say you went and ate at A-Town and you had a bad experience, but you don't feel comfortable going to the owner. Well, how about come to us and let us know, because we have to understand we're all human. We all go through something, but we might not see that on the other side. So even though you're in customer service, what if you just lost your parent or, a good friend and you're just having that bad day, but, you might not have given the best customer service, but here I had that negative. People are so quick to run now to social media and, don't go support this. I had the worst customer service. But what if in return, that person that had that bad experience with you came to us and been like, I know this is one of your sponsors and I was able to, and you're like, yeah, I lost my mom. I was kind of having an off day or whatever. And now I can go get back. And now that person has a better understanding of maybe that's not who you are and you were just having a bad day. We need to understand that no one is perfect in this world, but we have to give opportunities to these businesses that maybe you had a bad experience at to make a change. Because if we don't give the feedback to give these businesses or people an opportunity for change, what do we expect? They're just going to fail. But
well, everybody has a bad day. I mean,
everybody does.
We all sit there and reflect back on a confrontation, a situation to where you go, oh man, I could have really, I wish I would have done this, or you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
So and again, you're walking into a situation, somebody, you don't know what's going, like, I don't know what's you're going on in your life, right?
Correct.
I might say a trigger word to where it just makes your brain and your emotion just take control, and you snap. And really, on my side, I'm like, whoa, what happened? You know what I'm saying?
But if I was able to give you that better explanation of, hey, Randy, that employee, whatever, you'd be like, I'd rather now go support that, because you could be appreciative of someone having a bad day. But there was one that I saw, on Facebook. Oh, they had a bad experience, but they're like, hey, this person just went through something tragic. Please cut them a break. But did they try to find out that little bit of information, beforehand, instead of running? Or, we're so quick to judge somebody that parked over side of a line. But did you ever think maybe, right?
Right.
But did they do it because that person right next to them is parked
Was
so much
pushed.
closer? So now it
Right.
creates that chain effect. But we're so quick to judge somebody and how dare them do this. But what if we could help mediate all this and help bring people back? And, you have a slow business, and what can we do to help support you? I want to work with people, and, I've done plenty of work, and to me, I've always wanted to give back to those, because one thing like Superior Crane, he was starting to get busier, and I said, you know what, I'll come work for you. I'm not afraid of a challenge regardless. He knows of all my medical stuff. He knows what I have going on, what I'm capable. And he took that time to just invest that little bit of time with me to help me get my Class A license. So now I can help somebody else, but in return, with me working, I can now give back better to someone else in need or the community. So,
But Kristina, so you're saying you're stating a characteristic that a lot of people are afraid, are afraid to take. You know what I'm saying? You're stepping outside your box.
I am.
You're a character of one that says, I can do it, show me how. Right?
Exactly. And no matter what I have going, and people often say, well, I've got pain. Well, guess what? I deal with chronic pain every day of my life, and it's not stopped me from getting me to where I am today. It hasn't stopped me from wanting to help people or anything, because just to see that smile on someone's face means everything. It puts whatever I have going on in my life down at the bottom, because someone's mental health could be maybe is more important than the physical pain that I deal with. And all sometimes somebody does is need that helping hand and understand, I've seen people go through stuff, and just because you've got a disability, let's figure out what can you do to help keep you up. Maybe you're a mom that, just someone could send in a request of, I have this friend, she's going through a hard time. Now let's see what we can do. Maybe team up with a sponsor to help them. It's everyone deals with stuff, but it's
how do you foresee getting people to take part in this project, this locals helping locals?
It's what matters much. Not many people could maybe afford, $50 a month, but how many people could afford $5 a month to help support this project and give back to the community? Whether, it's us just, giving someone a little bit of a job. A lot of people could afford $5 a month, but now in return, with us giving a hand up, maybe that.
So you're talking about $5 that goes towards like somebody's pay?
Yes, correct. Yeah. Okay. So it'd be like, now we're able to offer a little bit more jobs. Maybe we can expand our thing. So,
Kristina, let me stop you there, because I had this thought in my mind the last segment, and then we moved on and I forgot about it until just now. Is there any, just so it gives me an idea, like you're saying, okay, donate $5. You're helping somebody that has no experience whatsoever of how to do anything. It's just it's a shot in the dark.
Correct.
And so an employer, when they're looking at their applicants, are also, it's a gamble. They're rolling the dice.
Correct.
Now you're taking somebody that, maybe is, homeless or, down on their luck and this and that. So now they're more of a challenge, right?
Correct.
And so as a business owner is looking at this as, do I want to invest my time helping this person learn this, that they may just never come back or whatever, but is there any programs out there to where, say, a business owner could So whatever minimum wage is, I don't even know what that is, but say it's $20
Correct.
to where a business owner pays half of that. And there's grants out there, or there's some sort of program, state funded, of course, like unemployment or whatever, pays that other portion. You know what I'm saying? So that way the business owner isn't fully engulfed.
Correct.
But yet they can take a gamble on
And
that
see,
person.
and that's one thing, I might not know, but I would be more than willing to reach out to people and find an answer. Or maybe with the program we have going, or even once we have the nonprofit, that's something that we could work with, give that. Or maybe even just intern, maybe that person just wants that opportunity to prove to someone that they are worth it. And they wouldn't mind just volunteering their time to show it, because you could learn a lot about somebody, in a week's time, of their work ethics, their morals, and everything like that. Because if someone truly wants the help and the hand up, they will be willing to work, and, they'll have no problem with what task is at hand. But it's just, if we don't give them that opportunity, how can we, try to do better? At least we tried, to do better for that person, and we gave them that. And what if it ended up helping your business? What if you were an auto shop, you're the sole owner, and you had maybe a high school kid that would love to come learn changing oils and stuff. But now it turned, you're getting more business because you've taught this kid now something, but now you're able to turn more business because now maybe you can hire him. So it's not necessarily about, always finding the pay, but maybe finding someone that just wants to really learn that trade and wouldn't mind interning to learn that because they don't want to go to college. So there's a lot of moving parts, and I'm not afraid to put in the time and effort. And same with Carly, who is on it. We want to help people, and possibilities are endless. It just kind of depends on the person's situation and the need, or the business's needs.
So you have a group of people that are with you right now starting this?
Correct. Carly Kendrick, she has gone through situations herself, and so she has a ton of resources, and she's not one to, she loves to help people, so it's the same mission. But, if someone came in and said, I would like assistance for this, we're not afraid to put in the work to help and see what we could do if we don't already know it. Or maybe you came to us and said, I have this to offer, I'm really good at this. Hey, you know what? Let's see how we can help support something. And if there's not something in place, what can we do to form that, a program to help people like this? I've worked quite a few jobs where people obviously get judged on appearance, or maybe they're an outcast but still want a job, but maybe they can come sort close. So maybe they're an outcast, they don't have that comfortable to deal with the public and go get that job, but we're giving them now a little bit of time to get a job. Maybe it's minimum wage to sort clothes, but now they're getting that interaction with other people. So at least it's an opportunity for people that want it. You have to want to help yourself, and not just expect a handout.
Wow, that's a lot of information.
It is. It's a lot, but it's a
but
passion.
It's one of those things. Is there anything else like that? I mean, what you're starting.
There's a few other programs like, Ponderosa Homestead, where they help veterans or help fix up homes.
So he's more for like veteran focused.
Yeah, or he's a
stuff.
general contractor, which, people could, and he uses his business and that to go help people. But what if we can expand that, and now that team with them? I want to work with other, churches. I want to work with other nonprofits. So I want to build portfolios so we can all start supporting one another, and not thinking of, oh, I'm on my own on this, because maybe Ponderosa would be great at supporting, something else where we could put our piece of the pie somewhere else. It's finding everyone to support that piece of the pie that, has that strong ability to do it.
But you also have a more longer term kind of vision of having like a storefront.
Oh, yes. So it's going to obviously start off small, and to me, that's where you have to start. Yes, I have this big vision, but I'm willing to put in the work to make it, be successful. And that's where the team I'm building, it's those that want the same vision to be able to help one another as well, and have the same vision to give those opportunity. And, eventually I'd love to have like a nice warehouse where I can provide like all the, stuff that needs to be refurbished. So we have just like this continuous of work. So when people aren't out of work, they're able now to go out and eat and support our local businesses, then which they're helping maybe want to sponsor, this, $20 a month. And then in return, that's helping somebody work, but now they can now go support, that business as well. So it's like a circle of giving. It's
So
not
is
just
it
a
more
one-end.
is it more focused? I'm trying to understand where the weight is. Is it more for employment for these individuals that are struggling? Is it more for kind of a rehabbing,
I would
mentally?
say it's everything, because you can't just judge everybody based on that. What if it is somebody that's just struggling and needs some furniture? So now we're providing jobs, we're providing, that assistance for someone they're starting off at their home that maybe gave them that step up. Instead of spending $500 there, they could maybe get it for $100. But in return, maybe they would like to donate some hours, so it's a continuous cycle of giving. Or, I have Oakwood, maybe someone doesn't have the financial means to purchase it, but wouldn't mind volunteering of sorting clothes. Maybe they don't mind volunteering to split wood, or maybe they have a ton of donations saying, I've had all this junk in my thing, but in return, now we can just figure out where it goes, whether we're supporting someone else, whether it's their first home, getting out of a divorce, a domestic dispute. But then also maybe we can put it in our storefront that is, you want to support the whole business program idea. And so now you want to come shop and, buy that dresser maybe for your daughter, but you don't want to go spend, $100. But, it's kind of just a circle of giving, and it's not focused at one area in particular, because we want to help as many people as we can. And in doing so, we can, by that, create more jobs and help people stay afloat when they're in their time of need.
Awesome. Let's take a break real quick, and we'll be right back more with Locals Helping Locals.
Hi, I'm Glenn McWilliams.
And I'm Annie. As sixth-generation farmers, we understand what it takes to keep a ranch, a farm, and a community growing strong.
And that's why we started Premier Ag, to bring quality feed, trusted Western wear, and real service to the Central Coast.
From hay delivery across the county to hands-on support for local youth and ag programs, we're proud to give back to the community that raised us.
And when we say from seed to stable, we mean it. We've walked the fields, we've fed the animals, and now we're here to serve families just like yours.
Come visit us at 1041 Paso Robles Street in Paso Robles and experience the difference of a store built by farmers for farmers.
From seed to store, where quality meets country.
Looking for a top quality concrete coating in SLO County? Hi, I'm Matt Gifford with MGP Coatings, your trusted local expert in durable, long-lasting concrete coatings backed by Pentec's limited lifetime warranty. Whether it's residential or commercial, we deliver expert craftsmanship, premium products, and unbeatable customer service. When we say we make concrete great again, we mean it. As a locally owned, community-driven company, we take pride in transforming garages, patios, pool decks, wineries, and even interior spaces into stunning, functional areas. Are you ready to upgrade your space? Give us a call at 805-952-5301.
My name is Jennifer Borhone-Wescombe.
And I'm Haley Wescombe from Borhone Auto Center. Borhone Auto Center is a family-owned and operated GMC dealership. We are your go-to dealership for quality vehicles. With a vast inventory and personalized service, we are here to make your purchase seamless.
Whether it's a luxurious Yukon or a rugged Sierra, we have the perfect ride for you. Come see us today to experience the Borhone family difference. We are located on the corner of Highway 46 East and Golden Hill Road in Paso Robles.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We're all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitatascadero.com.
Hey, welcome back to What's Up North County, guys. And we're talking with Kristina here, Newby, with Locals Helping Locals, an organization that you are just starting up. And
Correct.
it is just, so how does people find you? I mean, you have...
So we're on Facebook under Locals Helping Locals, and under there you could go to our media or an album, and it has our contact with our email, which is localshelpinglocal@gmail.com. Our contacts are on there, our phone numbers. You could send us direct messages. Like I said, we're just starting out. We're hoping to be up and running in about 2 months, and start.
So do you want to start before? Do you want to have your nonprofit before you even hit the ground, or?
No, so it can take up, up to 8 months. Sometimes they come sooner to start the nonprofit. So right now, I'm helping people, but it's all coming out of my pocket. So basically, I work to help people to get this, going and finding the right slice to the pie to help support this, and just finding those that that want to help and are willing to make it a success. So
Do you already have some businesses that are kind of on board? And
I've had some that have helped, like Protein Fusion. He's always given back to first responders. He wants to help support this. Luis's Tree Service, he's already been giving back to locals. I could call him up. I had this big tree job, and Damon with Superior Crane, I called him and I said, hey, I got this huge tree job right now that it's free oak wood. I'm putting in the work, because now with me putting in the work to get the oak wood, I can go in return now, give someone a job to help maybe split it or something. But I'm like, I need your advice on this. He said, hey, see if Luis's Tree will come in that. I'll come with my crane, we'll load it into the trailer, and it's, instead of now spending me, 8 hours and hiring someone to do this, I can now have someone, Luis's Tree Service, who's helping us now cut it into smaller pieces because they're more experienced. Now I got Superior Crane helping. Now they're helping provide someone with a job now too. So it's kind of just a big circle of giving, of, wanting to work with businesses, and, and every business and everybody's situation's different. So we want to just be able to help as many people as we can in whatever way that they need it, and support them.
Awesome. Well, Kristina, thanks for coming on and sharing this story and your
Thank you.
vision of this new Locals Helping Locals. Okay, because your Gmail was Locals Helping
Local, yes, correct.
Okay. So Locals Helping Locals organization that's going to be starting up. Well, now it's already going.
Yes.
You're just not fully, all the wheels are aired up.
Correct.
Got it. Well, I wish you all the success, and I look forward to having you on,
Thank
in a
you.
few months down the road, and see how it's going. And if there's any way, that of our needs, that we can help you, your needs with us, and we'd be glad to help for sure.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
'cause
I
there's a lot
really
of people out there
appreciate it.
that needs, help, like people like you that are, doing it. So I'm really
Thank
excited.
you.
And,
Yes, I love
and,
helping people. That's
yeah.
just a passion of mine. So.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for coming on, and I look forward to seeing where Locals Helping Locals go.
Thank you so much, Randy.
You betcha. Well, there you have it, guys. Hey, if you guys want to check out Locals Helping Locals, you can find them on Facebook. Reach out to Kristina and see if you want to help or donate and be a part of this great cause. But as always, guys, we can't do this without you and our sponsors. We'd like to thank Escalar Wine Travelers Hideaway, Visit Atascadero, 805 Customs, MGP Coatings, 1776 Roofing Solutions, Premier Ag, Trailer Barn, Story Termite and Pest Control, Borhone Auto Center, Kennedy Club Fitness, Airflow Filter Services, and Templeton Heating and Air. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you next time.
Yep, that's me. It didn't start this way. Most problems don't. They start with things you notice, but put off. You make a few small decisions. By the time everyone else notices, it's usually too late to call the right people. Experience matters. Call 1776 Roofing for gutters and filters done right.
When it comes to comfort, trust the team that's been keeping the North County homes cozy since 1995. At Templeton Heating and Air Conditioning, they're your hometown pros right here in Templeton. From tune-ups to repairs, remodels to new construction, even duct replacements and attic ventilation, they got you covered. Call your neighbors at 805-434-3741. Templeton Heating and Air Conditioning. Local, trusted, dependable.
Hi, I'm Glenn McWilliams.
And I'm Annie. As sixth-generation farmers, we understand what it takes to keep a ranch, a farm, and a community growing strong.
And that's why we started Premier Ag to bring quality feed, trusted Western wear, and real service to the Central Coast.
From hay delivery across the county to hands-on support for local youth and ag programs, we're proud to give back to the community that raised us.
And when we say from seed to stable, we mean it. We've walked the fields, we've fed the animals, and now we're here to serve families just like yours.
Come visit us at 1041 Paso Robles Street in Paso Robles and experience the difference of a store built by farmers for farmers.
From seed to store, where quality meets country.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Looking for a top quality concrete coating in SLO County? Hi, I'm Matt Gifford with MGP Coatings, your trusted local expert in durable, long-lasting concrete coatings backed by Pentec's limited lifetime warranty. Whether it's residential or commercial, we deliver expert craftsmanship, premium products, and unbeatable customer service. When we say we make concrete great again, we mean it. As a locally owned, community-driven company, we take pride in transforming garages, patios, pool decks, wineries, and even interior spaces into stunning, functional areas. Are you ready to upgrade your space? Give us a call at 805-952-5301. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, or visit mattgiffordpainting.com. Join the MGP Coating family today.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste oil collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We are all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitatascadero.com.